Good morning, everyone. This is Rahul Sharma, Vedic practitioner from Chicago. Today, I'm going to be releasing my 107th video about the mantra chanting, the clear pronunciation versus understanding in local language, which is best for you. And of course, there is no specific book which Gurudev has written on this specific topic, but through various books, audios, video which I have watched and learned in the last 36 years. This is a narration from out of that, or conclusion from that understanding for the last 36 years. So let's understand what is the myth. The myth is the cramming the mantra is crucial, critical, and pronunciation should be exactly same the way it was ever spoken by our rishis thousands of years ago. If not, we are not going to get the intended benefit, and that means everything is useless. It's not the case. I'm going to explain you what does it really mean. So let's first understand where are we today. The most earlier scriptures of Indian culture or Vedic culture, we call it, were written in Sanskrit language. As of 2025, Sanskrit is spoken by a very small fraction of the global population, with approximately only 0.002% of Indian population reporting it as their mother tongue. According to 2011 census of India, at that time, 3.19 million individuals reported Sanskrit as their first, second, or third language, not on a daily basis, accounting to only 0.26% of the population at that time, which has reduced in 2025, continuously getting reduction because most common popular language in most of the advanced countries is either English or Spanish or French. So how and what we can do to remove this myth from our mind? The earliest evidence of Sanskrit being used in daily life, such as the communication for education and commerce, dates back to the Vedic period, which is 1500 to 600 BCE. Before, most of the Vedic Karam Kand prayers was written in Sanskrit. Even today, it is believed that if their child can cram a mantra, he or she is great, and we appreciate them in front of our friends and family and parents, and we feel so proud of them. If somebody cannot cram, then we don't feel good about it, and we're talking about very small babies, very small kids who doesn't even understand anything. During any ritual, prayer, or ceremonies, we are so much stuck on the correct pronunciation of the mantra by the priest or the people who are participating that we completely lose the meaning and the intent and the teaching behind it, and our mind is deflected into a different direction. The fact is, the mother tongue, which can make you understand by heart, is the most important thing for you to gain a true benefits of our spiritual life or the Vedic content. So the most benefit of the intended mantra shloka will be reaped only when an individual understands the true meaning of it and it start applying in his or her life. Even in earlier years, Vedas were difficult to be studied, understood, and gain the benefits. Therefore, most of the artis of God and goddesses were written in Hindi or the local languages because people were not able to follow. The very few so-called scholar, we call them Brahmin, who paid attention to learn about Vedas, and they were not able to explain to the general mass in the same Sanskrit language. They have to communicate with the simple means, which is in Hindi or local language at that time. Even Ramayana, which was written in Sanskrit by Valmiki, has to be retold and translated into many regional languages like Tamil, like in Hindi as Ramcharitmanas by Tulsidas, and then in another local language like Kannada, Telugu, Malayalam, and by many others. Without that, people were not getting the true benefits of the stories written in Ramayana. So the facts always remain, mother tongue is best. So Mahabharata itself described its language as a mix of Sanskrit and then later becomes simpler form called a Prakrit Bhasha. Because that time people were using Prakrit Bhasha, and then we started changing to different local languages. Now in the current era, the Gurudev Pandit Shriram Sharma Acharya translated all Vedas and Purans in Hindi, understanding the fact that people will not be able to understand the complex slokas and their meaning and the intent. So he translated not only the 4 Vedas, 100 in Puran, and then on top of that he written more than 3,400 books in Hindi, which is the much more popular language in India, even though it is not spoken in all the entire India. So then later the same books and the Vedas and Puran were translated into local language also, like Gujarati, Marathi, Telugu, and Tamil. That is the only way you can reach out to the masses and you can get the true benefit. Still, a lot of translation is required for many other languages to make a global impact, like Spanish, English, and French, and maybe many other languages. So what are the best choice among all those complexity and so many thousands of years has passed? What we can do today in 2025 is the best option for us. So for getting the true benefits of Vedic culture or Indian culture or Hindu culture, whatever you want to call it, we must promote the mother language to read, recite the scripture, so that you understand anyway. When you are in real fear and when you are in real anger, what language you speak? Are you going to speak Sanskrit? Are you going to speak English? Are you going to speak, let's say, Hindi? No, whatever you are speaking in your mother language, maybe Tamil, Telugu, Gujarati, that is the language you need to understand those shlokas or the mantras. Same thing for the prayers. When you're doing a prayer and you're stuck with the mindset of using Sanskrit shloka only, it's not going to help. Find the translated meaning and the true analogy of it and apply it in your daily life. That's why I'm creating this more than 110 videos so far, explaining the analogy and in English, common spoken speak for the immigrants, so they can understand and they can teach to their children also. So what are the few action items towards the end of this simple myth buster? That clear your mind and pay attention to the meaning and the intended changes to bring into life, rather than cramming a mantra or the shloka without even understanding it. Secondly, if you are visiting a temple or you're inviting a priest at your home for doing any ceremonies, and if you don't understand a shloka, what they are talking about, stop them, ask them to make you understand the very meaning of that mantra and shloka, and how does it help them in their life to become a better person and to earn all the blessings from all the god and goddesses. As I mentioned, Gurudev Pandit Shriram Sharma Acharya has written more than 3,400 books in Hindi or local language, besides translation of the 4 Vedas and 108 Puran. You should start reading those for the true understanding it, and watch my videos in English. If even Hindi is difficult for you because you are from southern part of the India or other part of the India, then watch my videos in English with explanation of the true intent of each festival, each god, goddess, their shape, their vehicle, all different signs or the mantras which I have been learning and narrating in my videos, learning from the Gurudev Pandit Shriram Sharma Acharya. You might still have questions, and so feel free to reach out to me through my email rahulrenusharma@gmail.com or put comment under the video. Thank you. Kali. Now, some of the recommended books, there are a lot of books here. I'm not going to read all of them in this video, but feel free to slow down or pause the video and note down the names, or you can again contact me through my email. I can just email you this entire copy of this presentation or the list of this book. So they are almost, I have given around 31 books, which I have read most of them, and I found them very relatable to our Vedic culture, what Gurudev has mentioned in various books. This will teach you the same thing to become a better human being. With this, thank you everyone. Have your children. That's all as a departing message. Be a Vedic practitioner, one of the proven path for success and happiness and getting the heaven. Learn, adopt, and practice the secrets of personal success written in 3,400 plus books by Gurudev Pandit Shriram Sharma Acharya. Stay successful and happy and help others, making this world a heaven. And then don't forget to subscribe to my channel to watch my next video. And then remember my earlier explanation of the Nav Graha Pujan, the 9 planetary position and how you can do the fit gap analysis. The true fact is, if you want to get all the blessings from all the Navgraha, the 9 planets which rotate in 12 Rashis, that means you promote Puja and Gayatri Yagna to 9 new families and advise them to invite at least 12 new families every single time. That will give you most of the blessing for every Gayatri month chanted by those groups, those family, for rest of the life. You are going to get a portion of that punya. Thank you everyone. Talk to you next Saturday.